Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with WWE Monday Night Raw, broadcast live on USA Network from the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. In the main event, Gunther defeated Chad Gable to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship, pinning him in 15 minutes and 50 seconds after delivering a powerbomb and a lariat for the finish. With the victory, Gunther, whose reign as of today sits at 452 days, has a clear path to surpass the Honky Tonk Man's 454-day record for the longest Intercontinental title reign in company history. Following the show in a digital exclusive, Gunther spoke about the accomplishment.
It's going through my mind. I'm not surprised. From the moment on I won this prestigious championship, I saw the vision. I envisioned this very moment, that I'm the one to redefine history, redefine the legacy of the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. I heard them talking, I heard them discussing about all their childhood heroes, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Honky Tonk Man, Steve Austin, The Rock. The reality is, when that bell rings, they all can come, line up, and lace my boots. Because as long as I'm alive, there's no man born yet to take this title off me again. Thank you.
Jey Uso, who during Saturday's Payback was announced as the newest member of the Raw roster, opened the show with an in-ring promo which was interrupted by Sami Zayn. Zayn warned Uso that he would have enemies in the locker room, but also embraced him to end the segment. Later in the show, Zayn fell in his singles match against JD McDonough. Uso was also propositioned by Dominic Mysterio, who offered Uso a spot in the Judgment Day.
You come from a broken family. You have no family. Jay, no one likes you. Just like no one liked me. But ever since Mommy came into my life and Judgment Day, there is no leaders. We're all equals, man. And if you want, I'll go talk to the family. I'll go talk to Judgment Day, just so you know that there's always open arms for you there. Because I know, we know what it's like.
WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura got into a confrontation after Rollins offered Nakamura a rematch following Rollins' victory over Nakamura this past Saturday at Payback. Nakamura refused Rollins' offer, which led to the two fighting in the entranceway. Nakamura would go on to wrestle Ricochet, losing the match by disqualification after he hit Ricochet with a steel chair. After the bout, Rollins came down to ringside where he and Nakamura brawled again. In other results, the Viking Raiders defeated Drew McIntyre and Matt Riddle in a no disqualification match. Kofi Kingston came out to try to offset the interference by the Viking Raiders Valhalla, but accidentally laid out Riddle with the Trouble in Paradise. Shayna Baszler submitted Zoe Stark with the Kirifuda clutch, and Raquel Rodriguez defeated Chelsea Green. In other WWE news, according to a report from PW Insider yesterday, WWE Crown Jewel, the company's Saudi Arabia-based premium live event, is set to take place on Saturday, November 4th in the capital city of Riyadh. Produced with the backing of the Saudi government, this is the 5th Crown Jewel event and the 10th show overall in the country since the company began running the kingdom in 2018. CMLL ran their weekly Monday night show inside Arena Puebla last night. In the main event, Averno, Dragon Rojo Jr., and Volador Jr. defeated Angel de Oro, Templario, and Ultimo Guerrero in a Relevos Increíbles bout by disqualification after Dragon Rojo unmasked Templario. Magnus and Ruggiero retained the Mexican National Tag Team Championship, turning back the challenge of Fugaz and Stigma. In other results, Akuma, Dark Magic, and Espanto Jr. defeated Amnesia, Espirito Negro, and Rey Cometa. Amnesia was a late replacement for Dulce Gardenia. Halcon Soriano Jr., Meyer, and Neon defeated Apocalypsis, Cholo, and Disturbio by disqualification when Disturbio fouled Meyer. And in the opener, Draco, Phoenix Siki Osama, and Rey Apocalypsis defeated Astro, Black Tiger, and Millennium. Results were courtesy of the Lucha Database. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.